Hello everyone, we are back with one educational video this time. Today we're gonna see the Caro Kann from White's perspective, and we're gonna play the pan-off variation, which is this one, for those who don't know, this c4 line. Before I start with the lines, I just wanna say that I chose this line for White because even though it's not the best, it's definitely annoying for the players with the black pieces, and I think that White can get some very practical positions to play, and even though black can draw in some lines, maybe it's very hard for them to find the correct moves. So let's go. c4, and now black can play quite a few moves. First of all, if they go g6, we're gonna do something really simple. We're gonna take the pawn on d5, and of course if they go bishop g7, we just play knight c3. That's not a problem for us. Knight f6, bishop c4, defending the pawn, and now after knight b d7, we can even sacrifice the pawn with d6. Castles. Okay, if they take the pawn, this is absolutely fine. We just play queen e2. They need to play queen e7. Bishop f4, attacking the pawn. Takes, he's attacking the bishop. Now bishop b3. And I think that this is kinda tough for black to play, honestly. If we turn on the engine, you'll see that this is plus 0.6 for white. Alright, maybe 0.5, it depends. But black has some trouble defending the pawn, while this pawn is well defended. So yeah, also black cannot castle very easily. I mean, the engine gives the castle as the best move, but then you're gonna take the pawn on d6, and this is fine. By the way, okay, this is depth 18, so it's not that strong, but you can see that it's clearly this position is clearly in white's favor. Even without the engine, you can see that. All right, that's if they take. If they don't, if they castle, takes, knight e2. Okay, now this time we don't really want the queen trade, because we have an isolated pawn. This is an extra pawn, by the way. We just played d6, we captured, so we have an extra pawn. Bishop b3, bishop e6, castles, rook d8, knight f4, attacking the bishop, and we'll try to keep this pawn. We have a small edge here with the white pieces. Okay, of course, having an extra pawn doesn't mean we're gonna win the game, but this is a very good asset for our position. So yeah, that's what we do on bishop g7. Bishop g7 is not that good. I think knight f6 is the best move here for black. And then we're gonna play bishop c4, defending the pawn. I mean, okay, he's still gonna capture it. Knight c3, knight b6. And now d5 is also possible, but I think, yeah, okay, on d5, if they take, you just go queen a4 and you pick up the knight then. But I think bishop b3 is also interesting. Bishop g7, okay, of course you can analyze d5 a little bit on your own. I think it's pretty much the same with this line. If you play d5 immediately, maybe you have the chance to play bishop b5 later. Anyway, d5, that's the difference. Castles, knight f3, bishop g4. Now we castle, a5, a3, just making a square for the bishop. Knight c8. Okay, that move, the idea is that they want to block the pawn. h3, takes, knight d7, developing one knight, and then the other knight d6. And now white has the bishop pair. Bishop g5, okay, this is an isolated pawn, but e7 is also a weakness. So rook e8, h4, and now white can just try to attack maybe, and knight a4. Okay, I have included some really big lines, but I think this is not our topic. After knight a4, white should be slightly better with the bishop and some attack. You can check these lines if you want. You can maybe take a screenshot on these lines. Yeah, okay. We're gonna move forward now. So, alright. Going going back to the fourth move, we can see what happens if black plays something else. We saw g6. If black plays e6, alright, I just want to mention that this is a transposition to knight f6 and then e6. So if black does that, we'll see what happens on e6 in a second. And there's also d takes c4. This is just a small line. Bishop takes c4, e6, knight f3. This is obviously not that good for black. Bishop e7, castles, knight f6, knight c3. This is a really pleasant isolated queen's pawn position for white. We play rook e1, knight c6, a3. We have a few extra tempi because he just took immediately. b6, bishop a2, even bishop b7, bishop f4, rook e8 first. It doesn't really matter. h3, rook c8. At some point, black will run out of moves, out of useful moves, while we can still improve the position. Bishop d6. Yeah, the idea of this move is that black is running out of moves, so you need to do something. Either bishop d6, h6, something like that. Anyway, bishop g7, bishop g5, excuse me, and now knight e7. Once again, the problem is that black got no moves. Even after h6, I think that we're doing really well with white. Yeah, we can just go back. That's really good, and black has no good way to deal with this. I mean, they can still play that. If they don't play that, I don't know what black is going to play, honestly. White is going to play rook d1. This looks better for white. The thing is that with a3, we prevented the possibility for black to play knight b4, knight d5. So with those extra tempi, we managed to force black to play knight e7 for knight d5. That's the reason why they do that. And now we can play rook d1, or we can even take and play rook d1. And I think that here white has the most pleasant position, to say the least. Alright. So, yeah, that's what happens if they take on c4. They usually don't do that. Now if they play, let's say, knight f6 and t6, the thing we were analyzing... oh, excuse me. We're gonna go for g6 first. Because I think this is very important. When they played that, we took. When they played that on the fourth move, we took. Now I suggest queen b3. I have also analyzed queen b3 in the immediate g6, but I think here it's better. Because if they take, we're gonna have some really strong pressure, and if they play bishop g7, there's c takes d5, castles, and now we're gonna play bishop e2. The idea of bishop e2 is to play bishop f3, and castle, or knight h3, knight f4 and castle. So the best move for black is knight a6 here. If they don't play knight a6 and they play knight bd7, which is seen very often, in order to play knight b6, this is a slight mistake for me, because now white can play knight h3 since the bishop is blocked. And now, for example, if knight b6, there's knight f4, and still the bishop is not in time to capture this knight. The pawn is defended, so I think that black needs to play something like g5. If they play normal moves, it looks like white has an extra pawn, and it's not just the extra pawn, it's that these pawns are controlling some very crucial squares into black's camp, so black needs to do something, and that's why they play g5, knight h5, and now takes. Still black can't take that. That's a problem, so they need to play a move like e6. White is gonna castle, Now, of course, if white captures, then there's bishop takes, and we don't want that. So we're gonna castle, e takes d5, and knight e2. So now we transform our advantage, our material advantage, into some positional advantage. We're gonna attack this pawn. We played knight e2 because this was under attack. So now we're gonna attack this pawn on g5, and also we're gonna take advantage of the light squares. Since he played g5, now his light squares on the king side are weak. Yeah, I have analyzed f5. This is one of the moves that make much sense here for black. f5, if black does that, we're gonna play h3, just making sure that g4 is nothing. On g4 sometimes there's even queen g3 immediately. Black can't play queen g5 because of the bishop, so we're good. Yeah, now black could try f4, but this looks really bad. For example, rook e1, bishop f5, bishop d2, a5. The idea of f4 was to play bishop f5, but now bishop f3, king h8. I know that this line is kind of long. I just want to show you how to play this. For example, knight c3, a4, and queen b4. And here white is doing excellent. White can double on the e-file. Maybe rook c1, knight b5, knight c7 or something, or knight d6, depending on the situation. I think that white is doing really well. The only thing that white needs to take care of is knight c4, this move. And let's say that black does not play f4, which looks bad. Let's say that black plays bishop d7, which looks a little bit better, and also bishop a4 could be a threat, so that's why we play a4. We said on g4, queen g3, on bishop e8, that's another idea of bishop d7. We just take that, and queen f3. So black got rid of the bishop on h5. This piece looked vulnerable, but it was actually really annoying for black since he couldn't take it. And now after f4, b3, this looks better for black from strategic point of view. Knight c8, because now he traded the light squared bishop. Excuse me, this looks worse for black because now he traded the light squared bishop, and he has pawns on the dark squares. We need to play g3 though, otherwise these pawns are gonna be a pain. F takes g3, knight takes g3, and now since this bishop can't do anything on this diagonal, we're gonna play bishop a3. And this is a very pleasant position for us because we're gonna play rook e1, and then knight f5 or knight h5, queen g4 could be a move. It depends. If we go here, maybe then the queen can go to h5 too. So this is a really pleasant position for white. This is not a threat yet because there's rook d1, rook d5. And I think that overall white king is slightly safer because black has advanced his king side pawns a little bit too far. So I like white better in this position. Now, if we go back, let's say after bishop h5, there's also the h6 move, but this is not helping black much. The idea is to defend this pawn. Also e6 is defending the pawn with the queen. But if they play h6, I think that we can just castle on a5, just f4. And if they push to a4, yeah, we just go queen b5, and this is excellent for white. They play e6 or something, we take, and knight e4. Attacking this pawn, it looks like black is in real trouble. So that's what's happening if they play a4. If they play g4 now, we can play f5, a4. Capturing this pawn is not gonna help black, to be honest. It's gonna do the opposite, because after king h1, this is under attack, and this is also under attack. Black needs to take care of a lot of stuff, so they play a4, attacking the queen, queen b5 once again, a3, king h1, Okay, we just make sure that he doesn't take with check. Bishop d7, and now queen b3 again. Takes, bishop takes. Now if knight a4, we just play rook a to e1. I mean, this is excellent. Look at white's pieces. Let's say they take bishop a4, we just take on b7. This is excellent for white. I think that's enough. Alright, so let's go back. Right, we said knight a6 is the best move. We can choose between bishop f3 and bishop f4. I think bishop f4 is probably better. On both moves they can play queen b6 and d6. D6 immediately here, takes, knight f3, rook d8, knight b5, knight b4, castles, bishop f5, and bishop takes d6. We took this pawn finally. We could take it even in the beginning, but I just wanted to make sure that white can castle. Knight c2, rook c1. Now he's attacking the rook, so we need to move. He's gonna take the pawn on a2. And now bishop c7. Okay, this position, it's equal by the engine, but I think that white can apply some pressure with d5, you know. And bishop d7, alright. There's rook fd1. This line is fun, but I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. It's not what we're dealing with in this video. So bishop f4 is one line. Bishop f3, queen b6 is something similar. Castles, and then rook d8, d6 again. So I don't know what you prefer to do. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Bye bye everyone. See you soon.